Hi and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going on a little hike up to Skogsveien. This time we're going to go the opposite direction and see if we can catch a little sun. The sun is starting to go down sooner and sooner here in the valley. So we are gonna, here we go, we're already coming to some sun. Oh, it's good just to get out and some fresh air. It is chilly here. I woke up to the snow in the mountains and it's 5 degrees Celsius at the moment and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's pretty chilly. So now we are already the middle of October here in Norway, and you see the fall colors are still and even more bright probably than my last video. But some of the trees are getting bare. Halloween is also becoming popular here in Norway. When I first came, that was like, I think we were the only ones dressing up. But now there's Halloween parties, and I see in Oslo on TikTok there's lots of they even have a Halloween park in the city, in Oslo, some of the bigger cities, and like a Halloween hotel, like a scary hotel. That sounds fun. And along with that, of course, all the Christmas decorations are already starting to fill up the stores, which I have to say is a little early, right? It's like finish one holiday before we have to start another, or start thinking about another one. But now it was really pretty, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. I mean, these colors are like so beautiful. See, we're losing the sun right behind that mountain already, and it's 3 o'clock. Oh. That's just the way it is. I've been watching a lot of documentaries the last few days because we've had so much rain, and it's been not great. Wind too, you know. It's one thing if it's raining, I could kind of get out, but when that wind is so strong, then it gets to be too much. And there was like this case here in Norway. It was from 2017, and it was about a boy, Odin, who went missing from Trondheim, and they never found him. I'm like, how does that even happen? It was a really good documentary, and I was like, it's been on my mind, and I keep going over and over these ideas of what possibly could have happened, but it's a total mystery. And then I thought, maybe I should start sharing some, mysteries like that of Norway, because there's a few of them. There was also just, I think it was last year, here in the closest city to us is Ålesund, and there was a boy. He was actually an American boy, student that was here studying. I think he had a Norwegian father or something. And the weird part is they have, so much cameras in the cities here and stuff, so you could kind of see whereabouts of them for so and so long before all of a sudden everything kind of stops. So anyways, they never found him either. So I was thinking that might be fun. You guys, it's October, so maybe it's kind of like a scary, spooky October series, Halloween series of I won't do so much murder situations, but the missing people this is the way I go. So last time we were up in Skogsvine, we went straight ahead and we signed the little post there. I was told we can go up here and go out on the peak this way, which I haven't done myself yet. I saw earlier in the trail there was another one to the left, but I hope it wasn't that one. But we'll try this one. If not, I have to go back down anyways, and we'll do that too. So, yeah, so you guys need to tell me if that's something that would interest you, or I can do it like, you know, those kind of stories I could do sitting home in my stressless chair and tell a little spooky story. But if that's not something you would want, then you're free to say that too. I'm just thinking of ideas like for those days where we have the weather against us. But, wow, I'm going to turn you around. Oh, look. What's that we see? Is that snow? It sure is. That's the closest I've gotten this season to it. I tell you what, it could be chilly, but this sun is really, really warm. I'm like thinking I need to maybe take my jacket off. It's pretty though, huh? It's even prettier when there is snow in the mountains, you know? Okay, I had to take my jacket off. I'm sweating. Well, I am going uphill. Here, where I am, is, I think, one of the most prettiest places in Norway, just because we are the ones that have the big mountains and the huge fjords. So you have that gorgeous contrast. So, and I see more and more that movies are being filmed here, American movies or all different kinds of movies. I think the laws here for filming are really fair, and of course you have the weather challenges, but like all the Mission Impossible, not all, I would say maybe the last recent ones of Tom Cruise, his movies, he comes here and he goes to Hellesund, which is 40 minutes away from where I am. That's actually where you would go to Geiranger. You go to Hellesund first and then catch a ferry, and then goes right through these amazing fjords. We will go there, I promise. And I see there's a new Netflix movie on that just started or just getting ready to start. Maybe it's already there in America, but it's with Keira Knightley, and it's a mystery movie. I haven't watched it myself yet, but I noticed the trailer, and it's all done in the fjords here, which is very, like, here. And they're on a boat. It's all taking place on a yacht. And a big mystery happens. And they're cruising through the Joran Fjord, something like that. That's not very far. It's actually, well, I can't see it right now, but the mountain I wanted to take you, the little valley I wanted to take you over, you could literally hike over to the other side, and you would come right into that fjord where that movie is shot. So I wish I could, wish somebody knew I was here. But no, I was called on an extra job for Succession, like a show on HBO, I think is what it was on. I wasn't very familiar with it, but anyways, I saw that they were looking for actors, and they were here. And I just sent a letter and submitted my picture and kind of explained a little bit of who I was. And so anyways, I did an extra. You see me in the background on one of the couple of scenes. Said, "Fuck, man, doing extra work? No, thank you." It's like, not when. I mean, maybe if that's all you do, I guess, but I had to get there by I don't know, I think we had to meet up at 5:30 in the morning, and I had to take ferry. The ferries weren't going at that early, so I would have to drive, and it took like way extra long to drive around. So I was leaving like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you're there till the middle of the night again and have the same problem coming back. And it's really honestly not that far away. Like if I was to drive during the day, then I would just go over to the next town here and jump on a ferry and be there shortly. But I had to go the opposite way and around the whole freaking mountain. And it wasn't just that, it's like the waiting and, you know, extras aren't taken that great care of. And not that I've done tremendous amounts of work or anything, but the work that I have done was, you know, you're treated really well. You have your own space, your own trailers, and, you know, your own makeup and hair, and yeah, been spoiled a little bit, I guess. So, extra job was not. Let's see, I'm going to turn you around. So this is how far we came now. And as you could see, it's just in time to lose that sun. That looks like a painting, doesn't it? Okay, I wasn't exactly sure if that was my intention to go here, because I hadn't been here, so I didn't quite know what to expect. But at least I got a good workout. On the way down, maybe I'll run up that other road real quick and see. I do supposed to pick my daughter up in town at 4, so we'll see how far I can get. I do better, like with this whole extra work thing. But I guess coming here, you know, and being so many years, I was kind of like, oh, I was just excited. I was thinking maybe they would, you know, they're Americans from New York, and maybe they'll see me and want to talk to me, or maybe I'll go talk to somebody. But it wasn't like that. We weren't allowed to talk to anybody. We weren't allowed to like mingle with any of the cast, or they kept us completely separate and told us specifically like not to speak to the talent. Like what? All the sets I had been on in LA were, we always talked to everybody. We didn't exclude anybody, so I don't know what that was about. But yeah, you know, yeah, it was an experience. The only thing for me, it was like literally during that time I told you in another video where I was really having a really tough time, and I was taking on way too much stuff, and I wasn't feeling good. And without the sleep of like literally traveling so much, and like, you know, literally coming home and getting an hour or two before I had to get up and start all over again, was not great on the headache and migraine. So one night I rented my own little cabin that was close by, because I had like, I think I had 11 days or something on that job. But then, you know, that was out of my own pocket, so it wasn't worth it, but it was a lot. And I did watch it. I think the Succession got really successful and won awards and stuff like that. And those actors definitely got, I think they won Emmys and like so forth. So that's great and everything, but it wasn't necessarily something I liked to do. But I'll say one thing. I have gotten some beautiful messages from all of you. I don't know about all of you, but some of you that have really touched me so deeply, and means so much to see that something's resonating. And that's what I said. Obviously, I'm not like a creator, you know, an internet creator or anything like that. I'm literally just someone who likes to be creative and has been through a lot that I feel I could share. And I, of course, live in a beautiful place that I would like to share. And that's why I'm doing this. It's good for my mental health. And if I could help somebody else with their mental health just by creating a little peace, serenity in their life, your life, then I feel like it will find the right people, you know? Like it does, I'm not expecting anything other than a few connections that's, you know, some of you enjoy watching. And I got the sweetest comments, and I feel like don't be afraid to express yourself to whoever that might be. I'm not saying me. I'm saying, like, if you see something that touches you, be it at the grocery store or wherever you may be, and even if it's just somebody who smiles at you at the right time, and I think it's important to say something and acknowledge them, or if you see somebody online or something, you know, to find the words to say something kind to somebody and how much that really means. Like, I felt like I was kind of unsure what path I should be on right now. It's like how much I should share with y'all. And is it right to be doing that? Is it not right to be doing that? But, and then I wake up to this most kindest message. And it touched me so much, and I felt like that's exactly what I needed to hear to keep going. And here I am videotaping again because of that message. So I think it's important just to say what you really feel to somebody, or even people you don't know. I didn't know this person. But when those words, they saw something in my video that touched them, and they shared that with me, and that therefore it made me feel so like appreciated. Of course, that's what everybody wants to feel. And so I thought that was really, really beautiful. And it was like a soul connection. It's like I feel so much love between me and this person that I don't even know that's across, you know, somewhere else in the world. All of a sudden I felt like we're totally connected, and that's beautiful, isn't it? So kindness resonates and love resonates no matter how far away you are. You could never be too kind. And I think as long as we are being authentic and not trying to be anything other than what we are, that resonates with people. And I resonated with them, and they resonated with me just by sharing our hearts, like, and expressing that to one another. It's beautiful. So that's just a reminder to you to not be afraid to say something. Say something kind. I think we all need it. We all need it more than ever. And my friends in America, to watch what is happening from afar is devastating and so scary. Of course, I feel like everybody's in their own little bubble, and maybe, or not maybe, I know information, you know, with the whole, you know, like, obviously the internet can be very powerful, and yeah, we can find a lot of amazing information, right? But of course it goes the other way to the whole other extension, and where you put your focus, you know, that's just gets more and more of exactly that. So I see how the division between the friends that, you know, are from my hometown, or how different just the West Coast is from the East Coast, because I have friends on both sides. Of course, the West Coast versus just Los Angeles versus like Sacramento area, for instance, is like drastically different. And And the sun has gone down, and all of a sudden I can feel like, oh, it's getting chilly again. I think I might have to put my jacket on. But it's like everybody's reality is so different from each other's. And it's so hard not to say something. And it's really hard to watch and not say something. It really is. And I feel like, of course, I had to delete some people, and that was early on, a few years ago, if you know what I mean. But still, there's some people that have been so important to me in my life when I was a child, for instance, they don't necessarily know me now, but those relationships that really meant something, like when you're young, and then to see that they're posting things that are so hateful, and it's really hard to kind of like hoping that one day they'll wake up and see the truth, or is it going to take themselves getting obviously affected by it before they're probably going to realize, oh shit, that's what's been happening, and like we're not the crazy ones. I don't know, but it's like, totally putting people against each other. Here in Norway, we have I think 13 political parties. There may even be 15. I think it's 13. I was going to go up that way, but I think I've talked enough. You guys are probably like, okay. But I think I'll have to pass because I have to go get my daughter. And that'll just for another experiment next time. But so anyways, like here we have 13 different political parties. And yes, there's like a far right or left. I think it's swapped here. Like the right is the left and the left is the right or something. But anyways, but they're not extreme and anywhere near the extremism that they have in America and the division. And of course, when I grew up in America, we didn't have that. I mean, if you voted Republican one year, you can vote Democrat the next year, or if it was independent, it was independent. It felt like it was like fine. Whatever you wanted to do, you could do. But now, it's like full enemies. I'm like, really? Like, good versus evil. And it's like, do you guys not see that is wrong? I mean, here, when you're going to vote and stuff, like before the voting thing, when they're kind of like promoting everything, or like in town here, they'll have like the street, they'll close down the street and they'll have like all the little tents with all the different parties giving out pamphlets, and they're all together. They're all together next to each other, mingling. I walked up, I didn't know, there was a few parties I was kind of unsure about because there was like 13 of them, and I'm learning about it. And, one guy, he's telling me what they stand for and what's important. And then another guy from the next stand walks over with us. And they're like, he's like, oh, well, actually, this is this, and here's a pamphlet for me too. And it's not that different. The only difference is, we agree on this or don't agree on that. But whatever. It was like they weren't even competing against each other. It was just that they were sharing what they knew and what their views were. And I took all these little pamphlets. Of course, I read everything and made a decision. And the thing is, you don't really share that information with anybody either. And like my relatives and stuff here, and my family here, they don't really share who they chose or anything like that. It's respected and it's private. And of course, you go into the booth yourself and make those decisions. And nobody's like, there's no pressure. No pressure if I did it wrong even, or, I was like, that's how it should be. It's respect. And I mean, in America, it's like the whole human rights is getting in question. Like, they want to take away everything from us. What the fuck? It's like us women, everything we fought for. You know what? I don't even want to go there. It makes me so upset, and I just can't even understand. And I was in New York in the 90s, early 90s. and I was a model. So I knew exactly what was going on with Mr. D. And he did come barging into my trailer trying to catch me dressing. And it was like, it's just who he is. He fucking can do anything and get away with it. What in the world? That I just don't understand. I don't know. I guess, life is a lot about the balance of life. And maybe after the 60s and all the civil rights movement and all that, we're fighting for so long and, everything achieved, and it was so much greatness. And, me growing up in the 70s, 80s, it was like, we didn't have too much to worry about. At least, my mom was Norwegian, so she wasn't political at all. So I never learned any of that stuff. But even in school or with friends, it was never felt like we were in a good place. And maybe that's the cycle of life, is almost like things get resurrected in a way again. And people will wake up to it and, fight against it all over again. And maybe that's just the way it's always been. So I'm coming down to the bottom now. And of course I've been rambling a little too much, so I think I better pretty close to this. Send me messages or something of where you want me to take you, or send me a message to let me know if you think I should do some mystery thing now for October. Is that a good idea? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, for today, I would like to say thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks again.